Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm playing 4-player chess, where 4 players move clockwise and collect points by capturing enemy pieces. A checkmate is worth 20 points. The player with the most points gets 3 wins, second place gets 1 win, third place gets 1 loss, and fourth place gets 3 losses. My goal is to win 5 games. Let's get started with game number 1. Alright, last time the minding your own business strategy seemed to work out pretty well. I mean, it was more than a joke, because if you think about it, say that blue and red, for example, traded bishops, right? They would be even against each other, but against me and green, they would actually be down a bishop. So I'm going to try to mind my own business this game. That doesn't mean I'm going to play uber passively. I'm still going to focus on developing all of my pieces. It'll give me the opportunity to strike when it's actually my turn. As you can see, red and blue seem to kind of just be bum rushing the center, trying to get promotion, and I'm just going to slowly develop my pieces. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play knight here. I might even do double fianchetto because it gives me a pretty good look across the board. Nice, blue does get promotion. I'll go ahead and play... Actually, I'll play it this way. I'd rather have this little battery staring at blue's king, not to mention that this fianchetto actually looks at a chain of pawns, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. All right, blue goes ahead and retreats the queen. We are playing, by the way, 1 minute with 7-second increment. So you do start with only 1 minute on the clock, which is quite fast, but you actually get 7 seconds for every move that you make. All right, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of just taking care of my own pieces. Obviously, I haven't lost any material. We get the first capture here by blue, taking one of red's pawns. Red and blue now each have a point. Green seems to be... playing a very unique game. I really don't know how to say it differently because green is rated 2000, but hasn't done anything but push pawns around, which is a very, like I said, a very unique strategy, I guess is the only way to put it. I'm gonna go ahead and castle long just because of the sheer mass of pieces that I have in front of my king, and red goes ahead and blunders a queen. Okay, I wonder if ratings go up and down too quickly in this variant, because you do get 3 wins, right? If you beat everybody else, you get 3 wins because it's like you defeated 3 other players. Because this red 2000 rated player has blundered a queen, which is kind of absolute insanity. I'm going to go ahead and line up the rooks in the center, and I guess I should probably go for my own queen. Who's going to stop me? I have too many pieces, too strong in the center. Sure, blue's going for the same thing. I'm definitely not going to push this because I'm not interested in this trade, so I'll push this one instead, and it's backed up by a queen and a rook. Again, green with very interesting tactics. We get a knight developed to the side of the board. Okay, we get a little pre-move here by blue. I'll go ahead and continue to push. I know I said I would mind my own business, but in a sense, if I can do what blue did, where I promote to a queen and then just head right on back, then I think I'm in a good spot. Okay, red trades bishops with blue, sure, fair trade. And it keeps blue a little bit distracted from my plan. There's no longer a queen looking at this square. I am in last place in terms of points, which is probably important to keep track of in this variant. And I'm behind by a decent number of points, but I would argue that there are enough pieces on the board that it shouldn't be an issue for me. Okay, we get rook over. I'm kind of looking at a new idea as well, where I could potentially move this knight here. This knight is pinned to the king, and this knight would apply more pressure. It's probably easily defensible, but it's kind of amusing to have that pressure on the board. Not to mention this bishop could be looking at that rook. I'm going to push this pawn first. I would like to be threatening quote-unquote promotion, but both of these ideas strike me as very, very powerful. Not to mention that blue is rated 1500, and not to pick on the 1500s, but it's more reasonable for me to attack a 1500 rated player. Okay, blue's threatening this pawn. I'm going to go ahead and play this, which defends the pawn, but also threatens the knight, which is pinned to the king. So I'm actually giving red a pretty good opportunity, which red passes up right away. I was going to say to threaten the rook, and there's no way for this rook to actually defend this knight at the same time, so blue would have to make a decision between losing this and getting checked and then losing the rook also, or losing the other rook. But unfortunately for me, red played a little too quickly to see any of that. We get blue defending the knight, which is a very natural move. I'll go ahead and capture this pawn, which seems to be defended by nobody, and woohoo, we're on the board. I actually get a point. I'm actually doing something with my pieces. Obviously, we're hitting the queen. Again, I give red another opportunity to potentially threaten this rook. Okay, we get, what is this? Is that not? Okay, rook captured something there. I guess that was a rook trade. I wasn't really keeping track of those pieces over there. We get the queen down, obviously hitting the knight. I'll go ahead and move my knight back to this square, with the idea that if blue takes it, I can promote to a queen and there's no trade. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Queen takes back. I didn't think about that. Covers that, I was going to call that d5, which is definitely not d5, but to me it's d5, covering the d5 square. Okay, knight moves back. We'll see if blue takes me up on the free knight. I assume blue will. Okay, blue does in fact take the free knight. I'll go ahead and promote. We give check to blue. Green could capture, which would be losing material because this queen is worth 9 points, but my queen is only worth 1. So I would gain some points there, actually be on the board in terms of competitiveness. Or green might simply move the queen away, in which case, again, it's up to red to threaten blue in such a way where blue would have 2 different things to defend. Wow, green with a very creative play. So green is, oh, and then red doubling down as well. Okay, so blue has a check to defend and a rook that is doubly attacked. Ooh, that is a very good defense. I'm not going to sacrifice my queen for a rook. I think I can probably get at, well, maybe I should. It's only worth 1 point, but it's also very strong of a piece. What a dilemma. I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, mind my own business. I'm going to retreat my queen. I'm now hitting the knight. Potentially, I could enter this back rank and cause some problems for green. And we'll kind of play based off of just being ready to strike in general. Green having a deep think here, probably considering this check and its ramifications. Okay, green decides to just pick up a pawn. Sure, nice and safe, wins a certain point. Okay, blue's in check, but I believe blue can just recapture. Okay, recaptures with the knight. Is this check worth anything to me? King moves out of the way, and the answer seems to be no. There's no sacrifice here because it's defended twice. Let's go ahead and let's go into this back rank. See if we can cause some problems back here. I assume green will just move the king out of the way, defending the bishop with the rook. But maybe there's some interesting ideas of like knight here, hits the pin knight. Could be interesting. Oh, and green gets checkmate on red. I actually didn't see that. I wonder if red saw that. Okay, green gets checkmate on red, which is, I think, good news, right? Because it puts green in clear first place, but I wasn't really thinking I was going to defeat green anyways. So it eliminates a 2000 rated player. Let's go ahead and take here with check. I think that's a good idea. We get 5 points on the board. Sweet. Really only one move. I'm not sure what. Okay, there we go. King moves out of the way. We'll see what blue will probably just keep taking my... Oh, blue jumps in with the attack as well. Oh, that's super interesting. Okay. So if I take, blue could take back. Oh, but I want to keep going with the attack, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move my queen. I'm going to move her right here. I only have 23 seconds left, but I have a pretty clear idea of what I want to play. I want to play here with the knight, pin, whoops, terrible arrow, pin this knight, apply some extra pressure. The queen is doing a good job of guarding that side of the board, and I think I'm in a good spot there. We'll see what blue plays. Blue could easily take this. If blue takes that, I just move the knight here. I will help blue take down green. That's totally fine. So I hope that blue sees that idea. Come on, blue. I know you can do it. Have some faith. Yes, blue does have faith. And I will come in with that clutch pin. Blue, you and I are working as a spectacular team. I hope someday you see this video. Unless I lose to you, in which case, boo. But we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I can get the checkmate on green and then also get the checkmate on blue, which would probably put me in at least second place. Okay, queen retreats, defending the knight, which just means I'm going to have to apply more pressure. No! Blue gets the mate on green. Oh, does that put me completely out of the running? That might put me completely out of the running. I'm going to have to get so many points. It's actually absurd how many points I'm going to have to get now. Okay, let's start with this move. And blue claims the victory. Oh no, blue claims the victory, which means we actually get one loss on the board from the very first game. Okay. The first time that I played this, the mind your own business strategy worked really well. This time, it blew me to pieces. With that, for once, we actually lose game number 1. We get 1 loss. So let's go ahead and move on to game number 2. All right, this time, we're going to have to not mind our business so much. We get to play second, which I think is a good thing. Oh, this is too tempting. I'm going to play this and give check. Not because I actually think it's concretely necessarily a great idea, but it's just too tempting. Okay, interesting. Green develops this. So potentially could capture whatever comes and defends. Ooh, I'll go ahead and pin the queen, but green now gets the opportunity to take it outright. Okay, let's see how everybody's rated. Oh, everybody's rated 1500 or less. So I'm actually the highest rated player here, which is crazy. Green is now ahead in points, naturally. I should probably not trade, to be honest. So I'm going to play this instead and hit this pawn. Maybe I can open up the king and get a quick and easy checkmate. because yellow is rated less than 1500, which means yellow played a game and actually lost some points. Which, to be fair, I just did myself, but you get the idea. Should I take back with check? Probably not. I'll keep the check on the board and just take my points. Currently sitting in third place points-wise, but might be looking pretty good after this capture. Green and red, I don't think either of them can play anything that will interfere with my attack, so I think we're in a good spot here. Okay, cool. Neither of them played anything of particular importance. I'll go ahead and take that, assuming that yellow will take back. And my next move will probably be this, looking to capture that simple pawn and get basically the equivalent of 2-move checkmate, but in 4-player chess. I don't know if you guys have seen 2-move checkmate, like the fastest possible checkmate in chess, but this is kind of the equivalent of that because we're checking the king at an angle where there's no pieces that can defend it. Oh, super fast play. We will play check. Only one legal move. King has to move out of the way, and I can probably... Oh, interesting. Red is coming in for the tickle by capturing this pawn, but I'm going to ignore it. Well, if I ignore it, yellow could easily take that. So I'm going to try to play this and hope that yellow takes that and doesn't defend the bishop. Yellow says, oh no, which is quite funny. I am put in check, which means if I take this... Oh, have I lost a queen for no reason? Okay, if I take this, I give check, yellow moves out of the way. Do I even have the option to take? No, I actually have to move my king. Oh, that's a terrible situation. Okay, I'll move my king out of the way, and I'll just recapture the queen. Okay, so I've played too aggressively now. Oh my goodness! That is going to leave a mark. I have to take that. Yellow gets my rook as well. The craziest part is I don't think I'm totally lost yet. I really don't. I think I can make a comeback. Okay, yellow takes back. I'm going to do a better job of minding my own business. Let's see what we can make of this. Oh, yellow says I watch you. That's funny. Okay, we get a little king shuffle from green. We'll see what red plays. Okay, red simply centralizes a rook. I could play this, but I don't want to get that trade in. So let's go ahead and develop a knight. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I'm trying to make a crazy, absurd comeback here, so I'm going to have to play as simple as I can to keep my odds up. On the bright side, I'm not the biggest threat, so with any luck, yellow and green actually go after each other. But if my luck is tested today, then they will actually come straight for me precisely because I'm not one of the strongest players. Okay, what on earth just happened? Oh, red resigned. Oh, I hate when that happens. Okay, red resigned, which is actually a bummer because now it means whoever grabs that king first gets all 20 points. And I'm not in a position to be grabbing any sort of points. So I'm going to try this. I mean, it's technically the fastest way for me to get there, but green simply has taking and then taking the king. Okay, yellow does something of minor consequence, threatening the knight. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and take. And it seems that red auto moves, so Omar Big Boss is not here anymore. That's the full name of the player. But it seems that red auto moves. What is happening? Okay, so there's apparently now a bot playing for red. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this whole resign, and then the king stays on and a bot plays. That seems a little bit silly to me. Let's go ahead and develop the knight with the kind of simple idea of pushing the pawn forward and then hitting the king. Okay, we get yellow hitting green's queen. Oh my goodness, and green resigns as well. You have to be kidding me. Okay, so now it's just me and my subscriber, or I hope he's subscribed. Technically, he only said he watches, but maybe he's subscribed. If you're not and you are watching this, you should subscribe. It's just me and my viewer now. My odds are low. My time is even lower, so let's go ahead and just hit the king, because why not? Okay, both of these kings just shuffle out of the way. I'll go ahead and push my pawn. It's really just me and yellow at this point, so I just have to be watching out for yellow's pieces. Threatening the king, king will probably shuffle over and threaten my rook. This is quite difficult because I have to get the equivalent of checkmate. I really don't have that many pieces to work with. I should probably think about trying to get promotion. If I push this, obviously I just lose it. Even worse, I lose... Oh, actually, bishop is cut off by the pawn. Oh, 7 seconds. Let's just play check to buy back some time. I'll probably just start moving my pieces towards the center. And as long as I don't hang anything, I should be okay. Let's try to push this pawn. Maybe they can go as buddies. If I ever need time on the bright side, I can just give check. Okay, let's push this guy as well. I don't believe I have anybody that's undefended at the moment. Everybody's kind of rooted by this knight. Whoops, not how knights move. Okay, king coming out. Let's play check to buy back some time. And it's funny too, because this looks like it's set up for back rank mate, but green can actually capture its own pieces. So it doesn't actually do that much for me. Let's push this guy. I need to get back some time if I want any chance of winning this. Let's push this. And hopefully we can run down yellow on time a little bit. Okay, yellow's clearly going for checkmate, which could give me the chance to promote, and then I might be back in the game. Okay, very clearly going for checkmate. Let's see if I can promote. Nice. We do get promotion. Nice, this is good. This means I can checkmate red now, and I might actually be in the running again. Okay, nice. Let's play check. This could just be as simple as simple ladders mate. Check again. Has to capture its... Oh, I've dropped the queen! No, how did I not see the queen? Holy smokes. Wow, that is one way to go for certain. Let's hit the queen, and I guess I have to go for another promotion. That's really my only hope here, and I hope that yellow doesn't take my pawn. Ah, great. Yellow does not take the pawn. Let's keep pushing. Okay, I'm putting check, so I have to shuffle out of the way. I'm well up on time now. I'm actually doing okay on time, but I am going to play quickly to pressure yellow into... Oh, I did get the checkmate! I got the checkmate! That was ridiculous! That was ridiculous. I did get the checkmate on green. Oh, that's insanity. That's complete insanity. Okay, how do I get this checkmate now? Let's see, I don't want to hang anything. Let's play check. Oh, and I got that checkmate as well. Oh, this is insane. This comeback should have never happened. This is absolutely, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I can claim the win because I'm more than 20 points ahead of my opponent. Nice. Okay, with that, we actually win game number 2. We get 3 victories from that single game. Absolutely insane comeback. I mean, I couldn't have written a better game if I tried. I lose my queen at the beginning. I fight to get promotion with another queen. I lose that queen. I promote again because my opponent is too busy trying to get checkmate. And I accidentally checkmate when I promote. And then somehow I get checkmate on my second opponent with 1 extra point, right? If this had been 40, wouldn't have been enough. 1 extra point to claim that victory. Absolute insanity. With that beautiful motivator of a game, let's go ahead and move on to game number 3. All right, game number 3. My spirits are up and okay, and they're back down. All right, I'm playing as red, which means I get to move first. But the reason I say they're back down is because we're facing a 1900 and an 1800 rated player. And then there's one other 1600 who's probably about the same strength that I am. Okay, let's see. Green, sure, that there is a kind of crazy idea of getting checkmate, but I don't believe these players would coordinate on that. Which I did do with my video with Croissant, where we played as teams, where there's that kind of crazy checkmate idea. Okay, everybody's pushing towards the center, which, you know what, fair enough. Let's go ahead and just develop, and then I'll probably push D5. Maybe I can try to get my own promotion. Okay, I'll go, oh, that was a mouse click. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, guess we're playing the hippo now. We're now playing the hippo, where I go like this. Obviously that's a silly idea. I really do need to be in a good position to promote. It seems to be that's very advantageous in all of these games. The closer you are to promotion, even if you don't actually promote, if you're just ready to promote at the right moment, you're probably in a good spot. So we'll go ahead and push. I've now wasted a tempo, but I'm not out of the running. Okay, yellow promotes first. We'll see what yellow elects to do with the queen, other than, you know, obviously stop green's pawn from promoting. Green basically has to defend this pawn now. And I've just noticed I have this very interesting attacking idea where I push this pawn, the queen and the rook are both looking into the king side. So I'm going to play that. Let's play this attacking move. I really haven't probably developed enough to justify it, but since blue has only pushed a bunch of pawns, I would say I'm better developed than blue is. Wow, blue ignores it altogether. Is this a strategy of some kind? Okay, yellow simply takes their prize money and goes home. Green continues to push. I'm definitely going to capture. Very interested in check. Very interested in developing this bishop. Wow. Blue simply recaptures. Ooh, interesting. I thought yellow was just retreating, but actually setting up, ooh, mate here in just a moment. So yellow might have a very big advantage here in just a second. Let's go ahead and take here with check. King has to move out towards the center, and I should be in a very, very comfortable position at that point. I can just take. There should be enough threats to at least scare blue. Okay, yellow does get the victory over green. I'll go ahead and take here. We'll see if yellow decides to come and assist me or just takes a couple of tempo to develop. Actually, I should probably be careful myself because last time I got in trouble with my queen carrying out these crazy attacks. Okay, yellow puts blue in check. So what happens if I just take one of blue's pieces? Or even better, take this bishop. Let's go ahead and play that. I'm going to take this bishop. And blue has to get out of check, so moving the king is basically the only way to do that. Okay, we get exactly that move. Yellow's turn, we'll see what yellow comes up with here. Maybe just taking the pawn with check. maybe retreating the queen altogether. It's very funny. Yellow has only moved one piece this entire game. It's been this pawn, what I would call the C pawn. Yellow has only moved the C pawn, promoted it, checkmated with it, and now is coming over here to do exactly what we thought. Support us in this attack. Again, I can probably just take this. Blue has to move out of the way, and we should be pretty much crushing there. So I'll go ahead and take my extra points. Really, my goal is to catch up to yellow before the checkmate occurs, because if I can catch up to yellow before the checkmate occurs, then I can actually get some extra points and potentially catch up to these 20 points. But if yellow gets checkmate before I get any more points, and there it is, well, actually, no, then I can just take this. It's only worth 1 point, though, which is kind of interesting. Yellow gets the checkmate, which means none of these are worth anything. And whoops, okay, there we go. Yellow auto-claims the victory. I do apologize. It seems I've clicked out of that title page, but I did get second place. You can clearly see by the points. Green scored 0, blue scored 6, I scored 34, and yellow scored a beautiful 56, only moving one piece the entire game, which is absolute insanity, but we do get one victory from that. Let's go to move on to game number 4. All right, game number 4. Whoa, this is kind of a stacked lineup. I'll go ahead and play the same opening I've been playing. We get a 2100 rated player for yellow, 18, almost 1900 rated player for green, and then a 1700 for red. I'm gonna go ahead and play the same opening I've played before, kind of looking for this crazy attack whenever we get this sort of fianchetto idea. Green actually going right away for that idea as soon as red fianchettoed, but there's really no follow-up considering how strong this base of support for the pawn actually is. Okay, we do get the trade, sure. Green, I guess, playing with one pawn, which has now disappeared, so I suppose green will now find another pawn to mess around with. Okay, yellow going for the tried and true idea of just going for promotion right away, and I will probably follow suit. If I don't get the opportunity to do that, then I'll probably just develop as best I can. I could trade here, but it would hurt my odds and yellow's odds. But I'd rather do that, honestly. So let's go ahead and take. We both get 5 points, but we both lose a little bit of material. Not to mention I take a tempo away from yellow, which means there's nobody defending this pawn anymore as it moves towards promotion. So I do give the opportunity to green or red to potentially stop that pawn, but I won't be stopping it myself. I'm going to try to go for my own attack. Okay, to be honest, red seems to kind of just be shuffling pieces around, so I'll go ahead and start developing. Yellow continues with the plan. I mean, if nobody's going to stop him, then honestly, I'm going to allow yellow to promote. Green ticking down the clock, which is a hilarious statement coming from me, but it's the truth. Okay, we get fianchetto by red, which is quite annoying. Hits this pawn, and I can't actually castle to defend it because the queen stops me. So I'll go ahead and just block it with a pawn, I guess. I mean, I really don't have too many other options. Ooh, we do get the fianchetto on this side. Maybe if we get this pawn push, I can actually go for this idea. Let's go ahead and develop a knight. Does allow the queen technically to come in, but there's no follow-up, and either way, yellow's too busy trying to get promotion to bother with this silly idea. Okay, yeah, red pushes, which means I can play this and give check. All right, gives check this way, then it would be red's turn, and I don't think there's a way for red to defend without actually losing a piece, so I'm gonna give check. With any luck, green causes another problem for red, like taking here, for example. I say with any luck, green can do that, and red has to get out of, no, oh wait! Okay, I'm up to here, and you guys can't see me, but hands up to my temple here with people resigning, which leaves the king on the board. Luckily for me, I was already threatening the king, which means I got to take it and walk away with 20 points of material. But it could have easily been that, you know, red moves out of the way, resigns, and then green jumps in and grabs it, for example. So lucky for me, that worked out in my favor, but I'm really quite bothered by this idea that a player can just resign and the king is just left on the board with a bot playing for it. Let's go ahead and retreat my queen before I get in trouble with it, and I might redirect my attention to bothering yellow a little bit. Or actually, maybe no. Maybe I should allow green and yellow to go at each other a little bit more, just kind of get my pieces developed, and then once I'm certain that I can walk away with a victory, then I will. Okay, was this not free? That was almost definitely free, and I just didn't notice it, so I'm gonna go ahead and move back. Okay, yellow with a very defensive measure in place, potentially feeling like they are being targeted by green and myself. Okay, we do get this trade. I'm assuming yellow will take back with the knight. If yellow takes back with the king, I'm definitely playing this and grabbing check. Oh, it's my turn. What am I doing? Let's play this. Actually, no, let's play this. Oh, that was another misclick. I was trying to play this. Anyways, let's pretend like that didn't happen. This was obviously my idea because I want to play here next, and I don't know how pawns move. So clearly going for this push. Green again, ticking down the clock, 28 seconds left. I mean, I only have 50 seconds, but still, it's twice as much as green has. Okay, green retreats the rook. I'll go ahead and push my pawn, say hello to my friendly neighbor, who I assume will not hurt me in any way, shape, or form. Okay, yellow simply pushes the pawn, ignores the trade altogether. I might be interested in castling here and then pushing this pawn, but to be honest, I have so many pieces in the center that doesn't seem to make too much sense. I'm going to push right away, since yellow really does have to deal with this attack, and potentially I can get this trade and weaken yellow's king a little bit. Okay, yellow does in fact move the queen away. It's now green's turn with almost 20 seconds. It's interesting because this is under fire, but I'm going to just go ahead and capture and displace the king. Oh, wow, yellow takes anyways. Yellow could not care less that I just captured a piece, because yellow, I guess, is threatening the rook, and to yellow, that is justified. So I kind of do have to move the rook out of the way. I'm going to move it out of the way here, just kind of huddle up my king. Of course, yellow can at any point sacrifice the queen, which is only worth 1 point for a rook, which in this variant, I believe, is worth 5. But instead, no, yellow does take back. Interesting. And green walks away with the rook. So perhaps I'm not in trouble anymore, since hopefully they end up squabbling amongst each other. Let's go ahead and develop this knight. There's ideas of check. There's ideas of taking the pawn. And to be fair, I'm still in the lead in terms of points. So maybe I am a target here, but yellow is rated 2100. And green is just chipping away at the time. 15 seconds now. 12, 11, 10. There we go. A move on the board. Let's go ahead and take this pawn to get the knight out of danger and, well, to take a pawn. So we get another point and we slowly push our lead ahead. Okay, yellow threatens my knight with a pawn. It's green's turn to make a play. Okay, green simply retreats. I could play check. I could retreat, but then I just hang the knight. Let's see. Let's play this, pinning the pawn. So naturally, yellow can't take anymore because the pawn is pinned. Maybe we can elicit a movement of the king from yellow. And even if we do, then I'll just go ahead and retreat my knight. We're now threatening this pawn. Queen obviously can't take because I'm defended. Ooh, green puts yellow in check. So what happens if I take? Oh, we only get 1 point. Somehow yellow can defend this. Oh, yellow can move out of the way. Nice. So I do get the point though, and I save my knight. Maybe the knight can come here and give check. We'll see how green decides to capitalize on this with the last 7 seconds. Oh, green gives checkmate. That's right, because we can defend each other's pieces. But it's such a YOLO move because now I can just take the queen. It's a little bit of a desperate move. I guess green walks away with 11 net points because 20 points for the checkmate, but you lose 9 points in the process. So we'll make this as much of a headache as possible for green to win, especially with such little time. Let's go ahead and play check. I really just need to bring all of my pieces into the game as quickly as possible, so I guess that means I should prioritize rooks. I'm going to take here, though, threatening this rook. If the rook moves, and I take the knight, and then I just need to catch this pawn before it promotes. Okay, green decides to move the rook, which means I will take the knight. The pawn moves forward. Oh, the pawn captures. Oh, interesting. That's a really cool way of coordinating the pieces. If I move here and we get promotion, I might even just sacrifice the rook, because I'm not interested in having another queen on the board. There's no other piece that can stop it, so I guess I have to use a rook there, which gives green some points to start catching back up. Oh, green decides not to push it at all. Interesting. So I will retreat my queen to absolutely stop the pawn from moving. And at this point, I'm going for my own queen. I mean, if green isn't going to promote, then I certainly will. Oh, I probably should have pushed this pawn, because this pawn cuts off the queen at 1 point, which could allow promotion. If I take, green takes back. It's actually pinning my pawn to the queen. It's really not looking so hot anymore. So, okay, I will protect my knight. I'll move my knight out of the way. And actually, I'll reorient myself and start pushing this pawn instead. Okay, green decides to castle. Sure, always a good way to activate your pieces. Okay, brings the rook towards the center of the board. Until I see a concrete idea, I'm not going to start playing defensively. Okay, if I take, my opponent takes back with promotion. So let's play this and hit the knight. If we do get promotion, I'm happy to sacrifice, take the knight, and I guess that's not threatening checkmate actually, because the bishop could defend. Wrong bishop, you got the idea. Let's go ahead and take the queen. There is an idea also here of check, which wins the rook, which is really not the best thing in the world. Let's see. I do have a minute here to calculate, so I should probably take it. If I take the knight, my opponent will play check. I'll move my king out of the way. My opponent will take my rook. Then I will be left wondering why I played that. Let's see. I could push the pawns together. Check, I move up. Bishop comes in. King gets fumigated out into the center of the board. Let's play this. Let's play the knight back. If check, I can take the rook. If my opponent sacrifices, I can take back with the king, and then there's no more skewer. Otherwise, my idea is still to allow this rook to push this pawn all the way forward. Okay, that seems to just hang a knight, which I will absolutely take. Opponent with 10 seconds now. We'll see what my opponent musters up. There is an idea of a sacrifice and then getting the skewer anyways, but we get the rook back instead. So I'll play check. So I get the tempo again and I get to push my pawn. Nice, king moves out of the way, I push. As long as I don't hang anything here, this should be completely winning. I get promotion, probably a crazy attack. I can't play check because that just hangs the queen. And we learned from a previous game that we don't like to do that. So let's move the queen back, hitting this pawn. I still have plenty of time. I've done a really good job of keeping even. So I must be averaging about 7 seconds per move. We'll go ahead and get that promotion. Going in for that capture. Let's see, how do I move my queen? Let's actually move her here. Kind of a cheeky idea, but I could sacrifice for 2 rooks. No, I don't want to exit full screen. Go away, I'm playing a game. Okay, pawn gets pushed forward. Do I want to give up all those points though? Probably not. That's probably a silly idea. Let's sack the queen. Why not? Let's sacrifice the queen. We'll win a point and we'll activate the rook in such a way that I can probably get checkmate here. Let's take back. Feeling pretty good. I mean, I must be if I'm sacrificing queens, even if the queen is only worth a point. Let's play check. Nice. Let's play check again. And once more. Oh, wait, oh my goodness. Oh, my opponent didn't even see it. Sweet. We'll take with check. Opponent is too busy rushing away with the king to notice that my rook was completely free there. So I'm going to slow down a little bit. I have plenty of time. I don't know why I'm playing so quickly. Okay, it's my turn. I'm playing with the blue pieces. Yes, I'm completely reorienting myself. If I play check, there's blocking. If I play check like this, it's not hanging anything, and it probably is more forcing. Nice, king moves out of the way. If I play check like this, king moves back. Check, king moves forward. Feels like there should be a checkmate here. Let's just play this. Move the king over. But it really feels like I'm just giving a whole bunch of checks with no clear end in mind. Okay, I guess let's just take a pawn. And if nothing else, the king is so exposed that I can probably just push to another queen while I bother the king. So let's play this check. If the bishop blocks, I might even just sacrifice. Okay, the rook blocks, so I'm definitely going to accept that trade. Green really has almost no pieces left to work with. Okay, we'll go ahead and push. Nice, king moves out of the way. I'll push again. I can probably just sacrifice on the next turn, promote, and wrap up the game. I have 56 points to green's 43 points. Okay, green simply shuffles out of the way, I guess with the idea of check. I move forward, check. I move forward, I lose the knight. Is there any way I can punish that movement? I probably can, but truth is I don't really need to. So I'm just going to promote to my queen. I'm going to allow this check. I'll move out of the way. You can take all of my pieces, or rather just my knight. And then I can wrap this up with checkmate. Let's move the king forward. Nice, we get checked one last time. We'll move the king out of the way, and there should be no more checks. There are only 2 pieces left on the board for green. They're very far into my position. Not sure how my opponent is going to stop these 2 queens from absolutely obliterating the king. Nice, the rook moves back. I can probably just spam checks here. Let's go ahead and play check. Nice, let's play check. Right, check. Let's see, how should we give this check? Let's give it like this, check. And then we should be forcing mate on the very next turn. Nice, and with that, we actually win outright against all 3 players, game number 4. We managed to defeat a 2100, a 1700, and 1800. I was actually the lowest rated player in this entire game. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. We had some pretty crazy games this video, so let me know down below if you enjoy 4-player chess. I know I definitely did, even if it was very stressful and I probably chopped off 10 years of my life. I will see you guys in the next one.